everyone, in this video I'll be showing you the best character creation and customization mods in Baldur's Gate 3's Mod Manager. We got a lot of different things to cover here today, from mods that came out just a few weeks ago, including the ever popular Evelyn Head mod, to some that flew under the radar. We also got mods that reference popular D&D characters like Drizzt Do'Urden, who's actually referenced by Astarion in the game, and some of my absolute favorites. I want to first start off with head mods, move on to hair mods and some other stuff here, and there are going to be some that are on console, with actually ones that dropped just a few days ago, but there'll also be ones that aren't on console too. And originally this video was going to include Nexus mods, but there's actually so many Nexus mods, so I decided to do a separate video for those. Now I'm first going to start off with body types 1 and 3. We'll do some body type 2 as well. There's just an overwhelmingly large amount of body type 1 mods here, and I just want to first mention the one that's at the start of the video is Zara's hot presets here. But the first mod I want to cover, and I'm going to show off the body type 1 and 3 heads here first, is Nia's Head Pack 1 by Nia 10004. So here's the newest face that was added to this, and it's actually sent for console testing, so maybe we'll see that here in the future. They got the Lara face, Liet, Nai face here, which is my favorite of the pack, and then there's also Nia's Head Packs 2 here, which also has a variety of different head mods included in it, so let's quickly go through some of the appearances here, and we'll get to the body type 2 in a moment. I should also mention that I do have eye makeup on the character there, so this is what the head mod I mentioned previously looks like without any of that. I'm just going to have it slightly up, as I find that most faces do benefit from having a bit of that, and it's just the natural one here, makeup number 7. One of the most popular characters in Baldur's Gate 3, Evelyn's Head here by A2P1K02. This was just recently added. It's actually got 20k downloads. That's really quick here. This is what it's going to end up looking like on the character itself. That comes with 2 different head types here, so very slightly different one. This one's got the mouth open a little bit compared to this one with it shut there. So yeah, this is a head that is extremely popular, so yeah, go download it if this is your fancy. And without the eye makeup, it does have a bit of a pink appearance around the eyes here, so that's what I was mentioning, that the makeup does make it look a little bit different. And next up is a personal favorite of mine here with Zara's Hot Presets by Zara, Z4HR4, as I said one time in a video. It's Zara here. Now, their head mod here is also available on Nexus, but there's a slightly different version on Nexus, though, that has a few more choices, so I'll just quickly go through. ZP Eris here is one of the faces. There's also Regia. This is the one I've been using, Rhea here, and yeah, you can imagine where that one's kind of referencing Hera, as well as the Celeste face here. So honestly, I like all of them, but I typically just roll with this one. You may have noticed in recent videos. And I'll get to it in the body type 2 section, but you can see here what these all end up looking like, so just match the names there. Honestly, some very solid choices from this here, so Zara's Hot Heads. Another mod that goes under the radar here is the Barry's Heads Volume 1 by Barry Semifreddo, who's made a lot of great cosmetic mods. Now, this one has 2 for body type 1 and then a few for body types 2 and 4. And this is the Somnia face. This also has body type 3 collaborate, or can work on body type 3. And the Calliope here only has body type 1. And here's what the body type 2 looks like, but we'll be covering this in a few moments here. So yeah, a lot of great selections in this mod, and definitely encourage you to check out Barry Semifreddo's mods. Now, if you've watched my videos before on YouTube, you'll know I use this face all the time. This is one of my favorites, and I'm glad it's now on console a few weeks back. The Sculptor's Dream Cache by Dabble here. A lot of great options with this mod, so I'll just quickly go through the body types 1 options here. So this is the Daija face. There's Shay, and there's also a modified Shay. I find that this one looks like a young Jahera. It's kind of cool. Juliet is one I've also used in a lot of my videos. Naymira here. It's another one I actually use a decent amount. That's Yasmina. Odette face here. The Charlotte, which is typically the one that I use. And then there's also the Aelia face with long elfish ears. I think these all look really cool. I can't go through every single race in this video, but this one actually does have some great support for Githyanki if you want to have them have a bit more of a smooth appearance. And the same thing, there's some options for tieflings. I really like it. There's also a body type 2 Astarion head here, which is like a younger version of Astarion, which I think is really cool. So yeah, definitely worth checking this one out. It's one of my absolute favorites. And this mod's really great too if you're into like using body type 3 faces. So I also really like the Coralina's Aesthetics, Even More Heads, and then there's the regular head collection here. I like the Even More Heads even more. So we'll first start off with just the regular head collection here. So there's the Head 1, Head 2, let's give it a zoom in there, and Head 3. 3 is my favorite from this one. But it's the Even More Heads, which adds 17 heads versus the just regular one adding 3, which I think there's a lot of great options here. So we'll go through those. There's the Bella face, Carrie here, Elsa, Freya, some very popular names, Leia, Maxine, Mia, Minty, kind of like Minthara. This is my favorite, the Arachne, which is, you don't have many faces that look like this, so it's nice, again, having some more options for people. Olivia, Lydis, Diane, Anastasia, Chloe, another popular face, Ciri, Triss, and Yennefer. Wonder where those names come from. But yeah, lots of great options, 17 new heads. I'm a big fan of the Arachne head here. And you can see this looks great on a variety of different options. So yeah, I always like just going through these mods. And my recommendation too is anytime that you see a head mod, download a few different ones and just pick the one that you like most and use that for your character creation. Now, another really good head mod that I think more people should be aware of is this one here called Lorelei, like the Gilmore Girls. This is by Precious Little Ball Babe here. And I gotta say, this one looks great on a variety of different types of characters here. So this one is definitely worth downloading. And I really like all their different cosmetic mods. So definitely worth checking out some of the more ones here, like the Marielle head here, which I do think is another really great head mod. I don't want to include too many to make this video super long, but you can honestly go through their different head mods. And honestly, all of them are really nice. And for the gnome enjoyers, they got this Lucy head here, which I think one of the best gnome heads in the game. So yeah, Precious Little Ball Babe. And we'll segue from body types 1 into 2 here with February heads, which has ones for both body types here. Unfortunately, for some reason, this is my favorite one here, and it won't show up for me. So they have 2 for body types 2 here, and this is what that one there I just showed, the Melpomene, and then this one here, unfortunately, just gives us this beautiful look at the back of our head. So yeah, I like this one. I've had it working in the past, but unfortunately, I don't know what's going on. Makes it disappear. Now we'll go through some body type 2 cosmetics here. So this, again, is the February heads here, and there's 2 for body types 2. There's the Velnius and the Karen here. So these are the 2 appearances here. Honestly, there's quite a few good body type 2 head mods that I feel like look natural. So yeah, this is just another great choice here. And next up, we got Pretty Boy Heads, presets by Cetastarian, supported by Eclipse here. This actually has a lot of options now. This is mostly going to be for elves and giraffes, so just a heads up on that. You're not going to have it appear for humans. I'll just go through the heads here. So there's got the Andrew, Elliot head there, Ethan, Grayson, James, Joseph, Jotaro, Peter, Griffin, and Theo. There we go. And I think their shots do a better job than I did there, so let's quickly go through just to get an idea of what they got. Now next is what I think to be one of the best body type 2 and 4 head mods with Bloodspun head presets here by Alavria. This adds in a few different options here. We got the Anrai head here, so let's go through what these look like. Fawn, this is again just on a full elf here, and Laurent, Syl, Sparrow, Captain Jack, Virel, and Virgin 2. So yeah, these are pretty clean looking head mods, honestly, solid choices between these here, and they also have body type 4 support. But this is what the body type 4 here looks like, and Syl, and then Vela. So again, I just don't have as many options, but there's still quite a few. I also want to just jump back to Barry Semifreddo's heads here. This is the one that I covered previously. So they also have a body type 4 option here with the BS Aurelios. And here's what that looks like on body type 2. And then there's also another one here for, this again, body type 2 and Julius here. So they have 3 for body type 2 and a few for the body type 1. I'll also jump back to Zara's hot head preset here by Zara. I really like this for body types 1, 2, 3, you name it. ZP Z trick here. So these are the different options that you got. Helios. Then there's also there's no stub Lucius. So you can get one with elf with a bit of facial hair. And this is one with Stuttle there. Obviously, elves don't normally get that, but I think it looks great. And there's an option for it without. And then there's the Aiden phase there as well. And while I'm at it, here's the Sculptor's Dream Cache version of the Astarian head too. So yeah, you got lots of great options. Also jumping back to Nia's Head Pack 1 there, just released recently. They do have a body type 2 head here, as you can see. That's another just great option. I also want to briefly mention this other mod here, the Derek Human Head for body type 4. It's only for humans, but very selective, but it replaces one of the heads there for humans. So this may be of interest to you. Just want to highlight this one quickly as it is quite versatile and definitely worth checking out if you're into that. And this one here is really exciting. The Driz Do'Urden head preset by It's Cal. This is awesome because Driz Do'Urden is such a beloved character in D&D. If you don't know him, I definitely recommend you look him up. This mod is great though. It honestly looks like what I'd imagine Driz would look like in Baldur's Gate 3. So yeah, this is a very solid mod here. It is only available to playing as a drow, so that's something you got to keep in mind. But this is honestly worth downloading if you're a fan of Driz Do'Urden. And Starian actually makes a joke referencing him in the game where he says Driz don't Urden. Just want to mention that there. But yeah, this is a very well done one. Now the next head is really funny, but unfortunately it wouldn't load in for me, but I still want to highlight it in case you can get it working with the Varang-inspired head. I think this is supposed to be referencing the Avatar movie that's recently dropped. I didn't see it, unfortunately, but yeah, this is kind of funny, and I just thought it'd be worth mentioning here, because it's interesting to see, and all the different options you can make with this. You do need to use a few other mods if you're going to be doing other things with it, but that may be why it didn't show up for me. Just want to highlight it quickly. And another one here, the Strong Female Heads by Do Friends. This adds in some really nice looking heads here for body type 3. So yeah, just 3 more options here if you're looking to create a character that's large and in charge. There you go, strong female heads. Now you may notice that I got a lot of options when I'm going through here. That is because of the all heads, all horns, all everything for all races by Eclipse here, which lets you choose anything for anybody. This is great. So if there's a Githyanki head that you want on your character, it will take it over and let you use it. If there's a Tiefling head that you want, just beware, some of them don't always fit the characters as well as you'd want them to, but this also lets you put horns on your character, so you can get some very creative designs going, especially if you have some other mods that are going to be allowing for some greater level of control. And next we'll go over hair mods. I have a lot, I've installed them all, I've removed a bunch, I've been through so many different options for hair. There's a lot of great ones, and yeah, you can see there, I got like almost 1,000. First off though, I'll show the hair mod that I have on my character right now, the Siri hair. This is from Eldwin's Hairstyles. This just recently, it actually came out January 2nd of this year, so very new, mod made by Eldwin here. And it has a lot of great options that are very well done with dye support too. So you got this one here, the hair actually will move along with your character. Got some other ones here with kind of a back ponytail there. This one will have leaves on it. I really like the different accessories on it. Got the space buns look, the Siri one that I was rolling with. I like that the hair moves along with your character. And they got ones with the different braid down the side. We got leaves and even roses if you wanted to on it. There's also this really, I think this is interesting, kind of a Sia vibe. Katniss hair there. Marielle, again, another unique style that I think is awesome. Rayleigh and Shayla, my Shayla, Stella, and Theresa and Ella. I think this is another one that I really like. It suits Jahara very well. So yeah, definitely go check this one out. It is a very fun mod for designing characters. We also got a couple by Posy Libre here that I love. So Posy Libre's whimsical hair colors. I'm going to team this up with the Fantastical Hairstyles, which just released on console a couple days earlier. So you can see all the different hair colors here. So they're a lot more natural feeling and whimsical, magical, you name it. So they'll have that little PL in the front there, Posy Libre. You got lots of great options here just to give yourself a very different character design. Now I'll also cover the Fantastical Hairstyles here, which you can see. A lot of great options here. I love that they have like a weapon included in them. It's one that I've been using a lot in recent videos. Just clean hairstyles that have good hair highlight support. They look nice and they're magical. Like, there's not many other hairstyles out here that have like seashells by the seashore in them. So yeah, really good designs on all of these here. Another thing that I love is whenever hair mods include like a high knot like that, you can actually use things like the P4 bangs everywhere and add bangs to it to give you near infinite amounts of customization. We'll be getting to that in a moment and best strategies for that, but you can see here, we got so many great options. I love it. So this is definitely worth checking out. It's got like so many different varying hairstyles for any type of character that you want to create. So yeah, that's Posy Libre's Fantastical Hairstyles. And this one here, the Hair Tricks K-pop Huntrix inspired hair pack by Posy Libre as well. Is really fun. I covered this in the summer. Unfortunately, I can't get this to appear in my load order. I did have it in a lot of past videos, but this is what they look like here. So you got the Rumi inspired hair. There's also Zoe and then the Mira hairs here. They're pretty cool. I actually did use these in a few different videos, and the dye support on it's really nice, or the highlight support. Now next is one that I love using, the Amanda hairstyle by Kazi Sims. This had some great highlight support as well. I've used it in a ton of different videos. There was not many long hairstyles like this on console, and whenever this dropped, this is one that I was definitely using quite a bit. And what's nice about it again is it's got really strong highlight support there. I love whenever hairstyles are like this, and yeah, for some reason mine shows up twice, so that may happen for you too, but that's the Amanda hairstyle. Another very popular one, and this one actually just dropped on console the other day, is the Char Split Dye Hair. There's 2 of these, and unfortunately for me, there's no icons for these, and I've heard others had similar reports, but you can see here, what's so cool about this one is it gives you a bunch of different versions of Oren's hair here with varying amounts of split dye to them. So yeah, you can get some pretty cool looking appearances going with this one. It also includes a couple other hairstyles like this, but they also have a volume 2, which adds in many, many more. So this is all the ones in volume 1. And here is volume 2. So some popular hairstyles like Minthara is there. You can get like a Luna Snow looking appearance going. So many great options here. And these are all based on base game hair, but split between the middle. So I think this leads to some pretty fun looking combinations. And we'll hopefully see this one come to console as well soon. Another one I really like that I'm just going to quickly mention is Tashaweed's Cash's Cauldron of Hairstyles. Can't really go into too much detail on this one. It's not appearing for me either, but some great hairstyles similar to the ones we just looked at. And a very popular hairstyle mod released a console a few months back. Really excited about Tav's Hair Salon. This has 150 plus hairstyles. It is seriously amazing what you can do with this one. And again, this is another hairstyle mod that I mentioned. Does pair well with others that if you don't want to have like, I use this one a lot in my videos and change out the bangs on this all the time because I really like the ponytail here and just gives you full creative control over your appearances. There's so many great designs. This is one that you just have to download and look through them to find like what kind of hairstyle you might find best for your character, just because there's so many in here. I can't cover them all in just a single video. So yeah, there's just a lot of great options within this mod. So I'm just going to go quickly through some of the ones that I like. I use this one decent amount. But yeah, 150 plus hairstyles in Tav's Hair Salon. Now another really nice hair pack is the Heart Hair Pack by Heartwires. Again, this one comes with a lot of unique appearances, so I'll just go quickly through these here so you can get an idea. Another really nice split dye one there. I used to use these a lot around when patch 8 dropped, as there's just some really nice designs here. I like that this has orange hair and like the back bun there. Yeah, solid choice, and I definitely recommend checking out their other cosmetic mods. They have a lot of great stuff, and a lot of cool options that are a lot different than what we see in some other mods, and even some like mashups with like Shadow Heart's pieces of hair there. So if you want a slightly different look for Shadow Heart, you can roll with this one. Now, these two mods here, P4 Bangs Bangs Everywhere by Padme 4000 and the K's Hair Extensions Custom, or the original vanilla version by Persendipity here, are massive. These are ones that you definitely want to be using, and I've been talking about them since this game dropped and console mod support and all that came out, because these mods really enhance some of the others, even the base game hairs in the game. So these are going to add different bangs from different hairstyles, so you can get really creative with how your character looks. Now, some of them don't always pair well with the other hairstyles, but some of them look pretty dang cool. So this is one that you just, again, have to try and get creative with, just because it adds so many pieces for you to put the piece of the puzzle together and find that character creation that you've been looking for. So yeah, a lot of great stuff here, and then I'll get to K's hair extensions as well, because you got the front bangs here. I also want to mention, if you're on PC, I typically actually use this one a lot, but I also like Mickey's hairs. This is going to be covered in my my mod when I talk about Nexus mods, because they got a lot of other options that are less in your face and just are nice to complement alongside some other mods that or other hairstyles that might have long bangs. So, but yeah, honestly, the P4 Bangs Bangs Everywhere has pretty much everything. I use these two in combination quite a bit, so you may notice this in a lot of my videos, just because it gives a good bang appearance here without looking too weird. But yeah, I prefer going on like the longer end of things with these, and you can just see there's lots of cool ways to build out your character while using this. They even have some goblin style hairs here, which can lead to some funny looking appearances. They also have like Carlac and Isabel's hairstyles here, so you can add those pieces onto yours. And if you want Shadow Heart's bangs for some unholy reason, you can do that too. Now we also have some from the K's hair extensions here, or K's hair extensions that work on the front. So you can see what these ones here look like. Not a whole lot of them, but just some more options if you're bored of the other ones. And they also have things like the cone buttons there, braids that you can have going through your hair, which again complements some other choices. You have the devil versions of those, and you can have some side braids here. And then there's also some other ones in the K's hair extensions. I just recommend using the vanilla one. I just want to show off the one I haven't showed off before with the customs, but the vanilla one is great too. Now for eye colors, this is a big one because there's some that are actually quite intense. You can see here these eyes are lit right up. This is Rock Shimmering Eyes. You can also use Rocks Everyone Can Glow. And if you combine these together, you can do some pretty cool stuff. What's kind of funny about this is if you're using another mod, you can see here, you can use a bright colored eye and then put the two colored eyes on here, and you can actually get it to glow and do a few different things depending on the other eye mods that you may have installed, which I think looks pretty interesting here. So yeah, that is an option. But with the Rocks as Everyone or Shimmering Eyes, you got so many cool options between 40 different ones. I really like the strong blues and reds that you got here. There's even some really nice greens. And then there's other ones that are kind of like a mixture of different colors here, which are not ones you normally would imagine for character creation, which I think is really nice. So that is the Rocks Shimmering Eyes. We also got the Eyes by Tabitha. This is made by the creator of the Sculptor's Dreamcatch, my favorite head mod. And there's a lot of great options. A less tame or more tame version of the red eyes. Sometimes I use this one in my videos. Sometimes I go with this one. I like this one, the Carlac eyes there. But again, with this one, it just offers some more styles to complement what you got going on with your character. Nothing too intense with these, but there are some that I think look kind of interesting here with like these more glowing eyes without the pupils. And then you even have things like the Luminous Veto here, which gives you these bright green eyes, the Cyber Necromancer. So yeah, you got a lot of cool options when it comes to these mods. Here's another one that's really different with the red eyes and white pupils. So yeah, that is the Eyes by Tabitha. We also got the Rox's Vivid Aquarelles here, which adds even more eyes that are bright and strong into the game. So yeah, kind of similar to the Rox's shimmering eyes. This just adds some more great options here. And then there's also ones with the darkness to them as well, if you wanted the like tiefling eyes or any of those dark sclera glowing eyes. We also got for makeup mods, so the thing with makeup is that they replace textures that we already have in the game. And honestly, I think the base game has some good options, but Jarinsky's makeup adds in a ton of them. So what I like about it is it adds in like these cracked ones here, and some like the makeup number 7, which I typically use in my videos. It has a lot that are similar to this one here, so you can get some cool appearances. But yeah, it does replace the base game makeup. So if you're using them on a certain character, it's going to change how they look. And it may end up changing how certain NPCs look if they're using some of these here. But this is what they look like. Jarinsky's got a lot of really amazing mods. So this is definitely one that's worth checking out as well. We also got things like Sura's tattoo and makeup compendium here. Similar concept, it does replace others, and this one adds colors to it actually. But any of these mods that you're going to be downloading will end up replacing things, so there's a heads up on that. And my favorite mod for colors is Crazy Color Pack. I honestly don't think you need too much else if you're looking for something that's like intense, because yeah, this has it all under one hood. So you can get pretty crazy with how your character designs look, because it applies this to the hair colors, makeup, as you can see here, and it just has a variety of different colors across the spectrum here. So you got pretty much anything you can imagine for your character. I think it looks really nice. So this is definitely one that I would recommend checking out. The Crazy Color Pack by Kelka. Also, anything by Kelka. If you're a Dragonborn fan, I know I didn't focus any on them. I will be doing a separate video on Dragonborn just because there's so many great mods for Dragonborn, and not everyone that enjoys Dragonborn enjoys, playing as Non. So, Clan Song being the most recent one that was released that lets you have Astarion and Karlach play as Dragonborns, as you see here. Not related to this video, just want to mention because I think it's really cool. Another mod that I think a lot of people like is the Tav's Dad mod by Nacho Pango here. This is a work in progress. They're working on camp clothing. They have about 95% of that done and 20% of the gear fitted to the body. One thing that I do want to mention is with any type of mod that changes bodies, a lot of the times if they're making the body larger, outfits aren't fitted for it. And you can see it with certain character design. So I actually have a body mod from Nexus on my character, and it does make certain outfits clip. This one it doesn't, but some outfits end up clipping. So that's just the nature of it. So that's why we don't see a whole lot of body type mods unless they're like making the character more ripped. Like this one here has abs on the character a bit more defined. So it doesn't really change too much because it's actually like making your body type a little bit smaller, but it does sometimes have some issues. But that's why we don't see too many of these, but they are working in progress and more of them coming soon. Another one that I really like, and I know a lot of people are interested, it's a funny one, is the Fluffy Cat Ears. This released earlier this summer. For those that want to play as a cat boy Gambit from Marvel, now you can with this one. There's also a Burning Ears version of this. So yeah, I think this is cool. It's also available on console and Mac. So yeah, this is released in the summer. And another one is a Furry Tails. For those that want to use something like this, they got, I think, 4 different options here depending on what kind of tail you want. So yeah, kind of cool if you're doing like a druid playthrough. Another one that I think is amazing is Posey Libre's glossy face tattoos. I have the glossy and metallic one here. I couldn't find a Modio for some reason, but what's great about these is it actually has full compatibility with any of the colors. So I have Crazy Color Pack on my character right now. So this works really great. It just applies this to the base game tattoos to make them shiny metallic here, kind of similar to how the makeups work. And I think that this is amazing. I use it in pretty much all my videos because I think it just looks way better to have them look like this. So yeah, it can be honestly quite intense with certain of these here, but I think it just looks nice across the board. So this is definitely worth checking out. I'll go through some rapid fire popular mods. I think everyone knows these, like the Mantis Face presets with 1.6 million downloads. I'm pretty sure everyone knows this one here, but I'm just going to quickly go through these here. I didn't want to cover too many of the most popular ones. That's why I went with some more new and ones that aren't as covered as much. But there's also things like the Moonlight Horn collection, also by Moon Blossom here, which adds in some very cool looking horns. But again, this is another one I'm pretty sure everyone has downloaded if you're interested in horns with 500,000 downloads. Popular. There's also Tasha's Cauldron of Face. This is by Tasha Weeds here, ported by Eclipse. And this is another mod that adds in so many really nice face mods here. So yeah, really cool. They even have some that have like the vampire bite on them. So that is what this all looks like here. Got a lot of great options for between these all here with almost 1 million downloads. Another very popular one. Tepcoon says hair collection. This actually adds a lot of hairstyles into the game. It's been consistently updated. So if you've installed this a year ago, it's worth checking out again. 1.5 million downloads, very popular. Faces of Faerun, 2.7 million downloads. Not available on console, unfortunately, but this has a bunch of faces as well. It's worth checking this out just to see if there's something you may like. Another one, More Hair. There's More Hair 2 by Eleanor Roos, which adds in a bunch of cool hairstyles in variety of lengths. You got ones that have less hair, more hair. But yeah, a lot of great options here. 1.5 million downloads. Very popular. Much like there are more beards. There's more beards 1, 2, and 3. Some of these come with a little pipe that you can smoke. Kind of looks like Ifin from the Divinity Original Sin 2. But yeah, these are great. Lots of cool beards. You can get creative, make a Wolverine saber-tooth looking appearance with it. Another one that I really like is the Rogue Tattoo. This gives you the ability to do body tattoos, and it works by you select one whenever you go through the initial character creation. It works similar to a Draconic Sorcerer tattoo, so you're going to go through and select it. And yeah, just another way to give your character full customization, make him look like Baldur from God of War. And Wings Unlocked. This isn't really a customization, more of equipment, but it lets you look like an Aasimar without much of an investment. And what's cool about this is it actually works with tieflings, and it'll copy their body color for the wings. So yeah, you can get really creative with this with a Dragonborn and Orc. There's a lot of great stuff to go with this mod by Chuckaloo here. And finally, we got the Faces unlocked for console. This has 1 million downloads, and there's one for PC as well. Just adds in all the faces from different characters. Not all the faces, but pretty much a good chunk of them. So you can create characters using different faces. If you want to look like a certain boss or any type of character in the game, you can now do it with this mod. So, ooh, that was a lot. There's so many great options for cosmetics out there. Again, I will be doing a video focused on Nexus mods because Nexus just has so many great ones as well. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Hit the subscribe button below if you enjoyed, and let me know your favorite cosmetic mod in the comments below. I hope you guys all have an amazing day.